Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to look into a prospect that a lot of people have not heard of, but it's really making a name for himself in the Arizona Fall League right now. This guy plays for the Pirates, so Pirates fans, this is something that you can look forward to in the future and be excited about. Alright everyone, leave a like on the video and subscribe, and let's go ahead and get into the video. Alright, let's start off with who is Esmerlyn Valdez. He was born in the Dominican Republic in 2004. On January 15th of 2021, he signed as an international free agent with the Pirates. Made his professional debut with the Dominican Summer League team, hitting .232 with 3 home runs at 20 RBIs, a slow start. This season he played for High Greensboro and AA Altoona and had a huge breakout season, making a name for himself in the AFL with his super impressive stats so far. Next, let's look into his prospect rankings and stats. He's ranked as the number 15 prospect in the Pirates system according to the MiLB.com rankings. In 2025, his stats look like a .286 batting average, 26 home runs, 86 RBIs, 56 walks to 130 strikeouts. He had 22 home runs at 2024, almost a 30% strikeout rate though, so definitely a lot of swing and miss in his game. He really didn't gain much traction in his first 2 summers in the Dominican Summer League and Florida Complex Leagues, but he started to find his power back in the Florida Complex League in 2023, led the Florida State League in home runs in 2024, and earned a promotion from High Greensboro to AA Altoona in 2025. And he was chosen to represent the Pirates in the Futures game with the number 1 prospect in all of baseball, Connor Griffin. A lot of the inspiration for this video comes from his Arizona Fall League dominance. He started off the AFL blistering hot with a .370 batting average, 8 home runs, and 26 RBIs in just 18 games. And Arizona Fall League is where the best prospects go to face quality AA and AAA pitching, so he's not beating up on these low-level, low-A arms who can't really throw strikes, and when they do, they're just throwing it right down the middle. He's dominating really good competition and has faced some really good pitchers while down there in the AFL, which makes this just even more so impressive. Esmerlyn Valdez is a true underdog narrative. Let's get into the backstory here. So, he was an undrafted international free agent in 2021 before signing with the Pirates for just $130,000. Pennies to what a top-round Pirates pick like Connor Griffin, for example, would get as a signing bonus. He just won the Willie Stargell Slugger of the Year award for the Pirates organization. This shows his regular season success with 26 total home runs in the minor leagues. It signals he's been one of the system's top power bats. He was unranked on most major prospect lists going into the 2025 season, and he's definitely made a name for himself. His 2024 season was solid, but he had a high strikeout rate, over 30%, and a low average of .226, which scared off lots of analysts. The question was, could he make enough contact to get to the power? Now let's get into the adjustments that Valdez has made and the projection for him going forward. The first thing is the contact improvement with him, the most crucial point of improvement that was needed in his game. He struck out a lot, as I've said. The AFL numbers show this improvement that he has made with 18 walks to 12 strikeouts so far this AFL season. He's hitting the ball with authority. Specifically crushing breaking balls. His success on the slider and cutter shows he's not just sitting dead red fastballs anymore. The sound in the distance of the home runs are really, really loud home runs. He has elite raw power that is now translating to games thanks to his improved plate discipline. He also has positional versatility, which is very valuable to the Pirates, playing corner, outfield, and first base this season. There's a lot at stake here, and a big decision that the Pirates have to make going into the offseason. Valdez is Rule 5 eligible this winter. The Rule 5 deadline to protect the players is November 18th. the Pirates must add him to the 40-man roster or they risk losing him for almost nothing. Now, how does the Rule 5 draft work? Well, if a team would draft Valdez or the Pirates would retain him, he must be on the Major League roster for the whole season. Or if a team selects him, for example, he would be returned to the old team, the Pirates, and then he would be in the minor leagues there. And you've seen that before with other Rule 5 guys. And then with the Arizona Fall League, those stats, it feels like Valdez should be protected by the Pirates. He's played his way onto the 40-man roster and could be a good power option for the Pirates in 2026 at first base or in the outfield. I mean, this is a team that desperately needs a bat, and maybe he doesn't play first base because Spencer Horwitz is there, but I don't see why he can't play corner outfield for the Pirates. I mean, if he's got this type of bat, I don't see why the Pirates couldn't use him, a team that desperately needs a bat. But there is a little bit of risk here, considering the fact that Valdez has not played above Double-A, hasn't played at all in Triple-A yet, and even though Triple-A is not really where players tend to spend the longest in the minor leagues, it's still something that is a concern for the Pirates. But I think this guy's a guy you've got to protect in the 40-man roster, and I do think another team would be willing to take a risk on him, for sure. The Pirates need to pick up at least one outfielder this winter, and I think that he could be a good depth option. He did struggle against southpaws in a limited sample size with Spencer Horwitz, so maybe he could be a guy who, hits lefties for the Pirates and is kind of a platoon guy at first base. There's a lot of different options with what Valdez could do. And he said that his favorite player is Jose Bautista, which I think is super interesting because there's quite a few similarities actually with him and Bautista. And it's obviously to see how those two will compare. But I think Valdez has the potential to be a very solid first baseman or corner outfielder. But there's also a little bit of risk, like I've said with him, is if his power and that bat does not turn out to be great or at least decent to good, then it's potentially a big problem for Valdez and something that teams and the Pirates will be worried about. So that is it. Okay, so that is the video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. This video, we took a deep dive and look into one of the AFL's biggest stars so far in Valdez of the Pirates. Make sure you leave a like on the video and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I will be back here with another video next week. Thank you for watching. Okay, so that is the video.